Voluntarily into digital tyranny. Today you can get so-called purchase points at many cash registers when paying. In former times, these were called discount stamps, which could be pasted into a booklet, and when it was full and you presented it at the cash desk, you received cash for it. At first glance, purchase points seem to work in a similar way. However, here data are collected and resold and traded internationally through data dealers, such as Axiom, Epsilon, Experian or Datalogix, for several $billion each year. Axiom alone collects and analyzes more than 50 quadrillion data transactions per year. This documentary film embarks on a voyage of discovery to find out where this huge amount of data comes from and what goals are to be achieved with it. Voluntary comprehensive spying. The license agreement of a smart TV indicates that Samsung may collect voice commands. Please note that your spoken words, which contain personal or rather sensitive information, will be among the data collected and transmitted to a third party. This notification reminds one of Orwell's book, 1984. There are so-called televisors in the apartments that can record every sound. In the book, it is the thought police that evaluates this surveillance and takes measures. And today, at least all spoken commands directed at technical devices are being recorded and forwarded to various servers. This applies to game consoles, smartphones, intelligent loudspeakers, smart TVs and all other voice-controlled systems in household appliances, as well as cars and consumer electronics. A fatal fact, according to Express Zeitung, is that the comprehensive spying upon the Earth's population through mobile listening devices such as iPhone, Samsung Galaxy or Amazon Echo, which no state or international organization would be able to manage logistically and financially, would not be possible if the consumers themselves would not willingly accept it. We are all permanently visible, that is controllable, but we do not see those who see us. Social scientist Harold Welzer in The Smart Dictatorship, The Attack on Our Freedom. Drawbacks for car drivers due to hidden data collection. Several car insurers are testing the introduction of so-called telematics tariffs. This means that the car communicates without control of the driver with the insurance company and, among other things, stores the driving behavior. The driving style, such as the acceleration and braking behavior of an insured person, is recorded. The data can be used to create exact behavioral and motion profiles of the driver. The idea behind it, if you have an inappropriate driving style, you should pay more. Not only the car insurers have a great interest in this, also the personal employer, the tax office, health service providers, perhaps even secret services, could benefit from such data. According to journalist Jay Tuck, if you want to advance artificial intelligence, you need large amounts of data because the programs on which artificial intelligence are based can analyze and decide effectively only through a large number of data. An example from the ADAC shows how extensive, in the meantime, the mountains of data can be. According to that investigative report, the amount of data that is now being collected in a modern car is so large that it goes far beyond the scope of the originally planned investigation. Because not only the motor electronics but also rather insignificant components, such as the window regulator, are targeted. Furthermore, when the vehicle is locked, the location and the destination goal entered into the navigation device are sent to the manufacturer. If a mobile phone is connected to the car, names, addresses, telephone numbers and email addresses can be automatically read and transferred. Where and by whom these data are stored and analyzed has not yet been revealed by a single car manufacturer. The power of the digital revolution lies in the fact that no one is forced to participate. Everyone wants to participate and does so of one's own free will. Sigmar Gabriel, former German foreign minister. Education. Artificial intelligence directs students. In the meantime, and not only in Germany, education policy has been greatly influenced by the lobbying work of a few large corporations. They do not want to appoint teachers in future schools anymore. Instead, the students react to the instructions of artificial intelligence. According to Professor Dirk Iffenhaller from the University of Mannheim, a great deal of data is collected and evaluated in real time, including other interests, prior knowledge, personal network, media usage, current events, location, emotions, and motivation. This will create a permanently transparent people who no longer has any privacy. Thus, totally dependent students would emerge who would be listening to a computer voice and doing what the machine says. The pedagogue Dr. Matthias Buchert from the University of Cologne therefore calls for parents to finally fulfill their duty of care and stop this technology. Digitized cash as a means of power. For some years now, we have seen how the handling of cash has been made more difficult. For example, cash desks in bank branches were dismantled, the acceptance and issuing of coins was made more difficult, or the 500 euro notes were eliminated. Also, there are more and more shops like fast food restaurants along the motorway which only allow card payment. Behind this is the worldwide plan of those responsible to abolish cash by 2030. As a reason for this, the major bankers openly describe cash as a major obstacle to the smooth functioning of the world financial system. Their promoted way out are digital online and card payments. However, these lead to the control of all money transactions and thus create complete transparency and control of our behavior. This way, even the remainder of the world's population can be brought into complete dependence upon the financial moguls. Or, as Erich Hambach put it at the 16th AZK, this is how people can be controlled as digital account slaves. Completely dispossessed and deprived of rights, because no one can buy or sell anymore if the global world rulers do not permit it. Online data misused as a weapon. The scientist Michael Kosinski investigates methods to measure the personality of a person. He developed a method with which he compares the values obtained from test persons with all of the online data available about them. He proved that 150 Facebook likes reveal more than their own family knows. So it is not surprising that in October 2018, the head of the global corporation Apple, Tim Cook, pointed out that more and more companies are accumulating huge amounts of data. This seemingly harmless individual information is carefully summarized, traded, and sold. In this way, billions of dollars change hands every day. In view of this topic, he warns against a growing data-driven industrial complex and explains, "Our own information, from everyday to extremely private things, is used with military efficiency as a weapon against us." China trains its people using data. A social credit system was introduced in China in 2018. In this system, every Chinese citizen is evaluated and treated according to his online, social, financial, and legal behavior. By the end of April 2018, for example, some 10 million Chinese in arrears were excluded from flying, and access to high-speed trains was denied more than 4 million times. People who do not participate in this system are also subject to travel bans. Conclusion: the citizens are to be educated as to socially and politically correct behavior. And how is it in Europe? Companies like Schober Information Group now have almost all private addresses in Germany and have stored more than 2.2 billion additional details on most addresses, such as finances, purchasing behavior, or interests. A study from Austria concludes, the developments and practices described make it clear that a kind of surveillance society has become a reality in which the population is constantly classified and sorted on the basis of personal data. If you don't want certain actions to be presented negatively to the public, you should consider not doing them in the first place. Eric Schmidt, former Google manager. 5G, the worldwide prison. 5G mobile communications technology is designed to provide consumers with more data performance, surf 100 times faster than today, and connect everything in the world in near real time. However, we then willingly give our data also in real time as the price. To this end, data protection is to be softened. This is the wording of the new coalition agreement of the German government. We aim to anchor the free movement of data as the fifth dimension of freedom of movement. This means that anyone can freely dispose of the personal data of others without their consent. The infrastructure for the seamless control and monitoring of citizens is currently being built using, among other things, 5G mobile communications technology. It's a high-tech prison with no escape. Autonomous weapons kill unerringly. Autonomous weapons are designed to identify and attack their targets with the help of artificial intelligence and without human control. These weapons include unmanned drones, ships, tanks, rocket launchers or robots. The short film Slaughterbots shows how effectively this technology works. In contrast to atomic bombs, which destroy everything around them, micro-drones can penetrate buildings or cars, evade human attacks, and thwart almost any countermeasure. Finally, the video emphasizes, while conventional weapons destroy a place, autonomous weapons fight every enemy with the help of their own data. This person can be identified and killed inside the crowd. On closer inspection, digitization and 5G technology turn out to be mega-traps for a large part of humanity. This is obviously supposed to help a very small, egocentric clique obtain power and prosperity. But this deceitfully arranged agenda is by no means unstoppable and therefore is no reason to resign. For through thorough and comprehensive educational work, the peoples can not only escape the trap, but the wise saying is also fulfilled: whoever digs graves for others, himself falls in.